weekly Money Minutes. We're out in Herald Square today. It's actually a gorgeous day for the first time.
It's not too hot, not freezing.
Now we bring you these weekly videos just to give you some common sense advice when it comes to your own personal investing and financial lives. And today we want to talk about all of this buzz out there that we're in a slowing economy, and there's even the word recession that's thrown out a lot, which can be kind of terrifying to hear. And we just want to talk to you guys about what does that really mean, where is that coming from, and what does that mean in your financial lives, and is there anything you should be doing about it?
So I think a good place to start is, why don't we talk about what is a recession? Sounds like a very sad, depressing word, like, you know, the economy is falling off a cliff. And basically what that means is, not as dramatic as you think, but all recession is growth in a certain country, and we'll talk about the US right now, for 6 months is negative, okay? And how we measure that is called GDP, or gross domestic product. And it's a simple way of saying, like, all the revenue the United States has, and it's measured every 3 months, is either going up or going down. And if it goes down for 2-3 month periods in a row, or 2 quarters, that is what you call a recession. It means a contraction in growth.
The reason this causes so much fear right now too is the last recession that we had was about 10 years ago in 2008. And it's known as the Great Recession because it was one of the larger recessions that we've had, and the economy really felt that. It was harder to find jobs. You saw your 401ks go down. This hit people pretty deeply, and so they are terrified to hear this come up again. But right now, we're in this period where the economy is slowing down, meaning GDP, which Ryan explained earlier, has actually been growing for 10 years. It's actually still growing, just not as fast as it was maybe a year ago. That's a completely different thing than a recession.
So what we have to remember is the media loves to make mountains out of molehills. And right now, the economic data is actually pretty good. But point is, like right now, we have one of the lowest unemployment numbers in 50 years, since the 1960s. That's crazy. The cost of living is going up very slowly, which is actually a very good thing when you think about economic growth.
The markets are cyclical, the economy is cyclical, but in the long run, they tend to be on an upwards trend, where even 2008 is a really good example. A lot of people were very nervous, but if you could have stayed patient, not sold anything, and if anything, been proactive and take advantage by buying while things were on sale, the markets are actually much higher than they were back in 2008. And so if you're waiting, that was only a 10-year period, you've already seen that recovery happen. When the markets go down, and at some point they will, some good things that you guys can have already in place when that happens is, number one, make sure you have your emergency fund set up. Make sure that if some sort of big expense comes up, you're not going to be forced to tap into your long-term assets. Number two, you want to make sure you have a lot of different categories in your investment accounts, because that way, even if the US markets go down, maybe you'll have some other things in there that are going to do well, and you can actually take advantage of that and buy other things while they're low.
To wrap it up right now, don't be afraid of the headlines. You're hearing doom and gloom, you're hearing recession. The economy is in pretty good shape, and I'd even argue globally right now, believe it or not, even though you hear negative news out of Europe and places like that, those economies are growing too. It's a really good time to get invested, get your plan in place, be diversified, like Courtney said. And if you think to yourself, I need to ignore the headlines, I need a game plan based on my goals, here's your shot to do it. We do complimentary financial reviews every week if you qualify. Simply email us at moneyminutes@paincm.com. Put the headline of this video. That's this week's Money Minutes. As always, be bullish.